You need a company vision statement. The problem, so many vision statements, well, completely suck. In this video, I'm going to walk you through one powerful question that you can ask yourself that will help you unlock a stellar vision statement for your company that is not cringeworthy, that is super effective, and that inspires you, your team, and your customers to take action and move forward. Let's go. Hey, I'm Eleanor Beaton. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm the founder of a company called Saffy Media. We're on a mission to double the number of women entrepreneurs who sustainably scale past 1 million by 2030. And we are also here to make this YouTube channel the absolute top resource for women entrepreneurs who are scaling up worldwide. So I'll let you know in advance, if you like this video, if you get value from what you're learning here, definitely hit the subscribe button so that you never miss a single video. You've all heard the terrible vision statements and mission statements for companies that are boring, that are totally mundane, that could describe any company. For instance, we're on a mission to continuously strive for operational excellence. Like, what even is that? And that is just the most boring vanilla thing ever. And as a woman entrepreneur scaling from 200K to 2 million plus, it is so important that you differentiate yourself in the market with a powerful and inspiring vision other people can see themselves inside of. This is absolutely critical. But how do you do that? Well, I have literally worked with hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs to help them define and claim a powerful vision statement. And I have boiled things down to one powerful question that if you write down this question, if you spend time thinking about it, if you give yourself an opportunity to journal on it, you are going to uncover a powerful statement that allows you to set a differentiated, clear, and inspiring vision for you as a CEO and for your entire company and everyone that is impacted by your company. Now, before we get there, I just want to take a minute to talk about why it's so important to have a vision statement in the first place. It's not just something that you can laminate or frame and put up in the hallway of your office. It's not just for that. It's not just something for show. Having a vision is a very powerful internal North Star for you and your company. So one reason to have a powerful vision statement that you feel strongly about is because it becomes a filter for decision making. And especially as you start to look at big strategic decisions that you make in your company. Should we pursue this business line? Should we do a deal with this partner? Should we take investment from this person? You can ask yourself, is this moving me closer toward my vision or further from my vision? And if it moves you closer to that inspiring vision, it's a hell yes. And if it moves you away from that inspiring vision, it's a hell no. So it really becomes a powerful filter and tool for effective strategic decision making. The second reason that having a powerful vision is important is it becomes a major brand differentiator. Now, this is especially important if you are working inside a field that has low barrier to entry, that is highly competitive, and for instance, many forms of coaching and consulting and even different types of service providers, they are operating in fields like this. They're extremely competitive. The barrier to entry is relatively low. Somebody just needs literally a computer and an internet connection. So if that's the case, you need to use every single tool in your arsenal to differentiate yourself. And that's where having a really powerful, unique, inspiring vision can help. The third reason that it's important to have a powerful vision is because it helps you recruit and retain the best team members. You know, when we look at surveys of why employees stay, why they go, sometimes the first thing that we look at is compensation and pay. But the reality is that's part of the package. But another big part of the package is if you want to get great people, they have to align with your why. And not only that, if you want to retain them, your vision of the company, of what's possible, needs to be big enough to include their vision for themselves as well. So this is where it's really key to make sure that you are claiming a really powerful vision for yourself and your company. And then a fourth little talked about reason to be able to confidently state a big, bold vision for your company is that this can really help you secure investors. You know, sometimes one of the challenges when women are talking about or going in front of investors to to try to get funding is that if you present your idea in a small, doable way, it means that you're not actually communicating the bigness of what's possible. And investors, especially in the venture capital world, the only reason they're going to invest in a company is if there is a big upside. There's just so much risk that there needs to be a big upside. If you aren't willing to state and claim the big upside of your company and what's possible, why should they? So there you have it. A number of reasons in terms of why being able to communicate and articulate a powerful, clear, compelling vision is so important for any entrepreneur, especially women entrepreneurs scaling from 200K to 2 million plus. So that begs the question, how? How do we do it? Okay. Here is one question. If 1 million people did my work, or if 1 million people benefited from my work, or if 1 million people bought this product or bought this service, right? So it's if 1 million people engaged with my work, what would the impact be on the world? Okay, powerful question. So this is where you might start getting stressed and being like, how would that be possible? Don't step in the how pies, all right? Set aside the how for now. It's not useful and it's not helpful, and that's not why we have a vision. Vision is about keeping things high level. Yes, the devil is in the details, but allow that operational stuff to set aside for a second and just focus on the very highest potential and highest pinnacle of your work, on the highest sort of level of the work that you do, and ask yourself, if 1 million people bought this product or engaged with my work, how would the world change? What would the impact be? And that can really help you craft a powerful vision. So for example, the vision for my company, Safi Media, is to advance a model of economic growth that nourishes the planet one woman-owned business at a time. That's our vision. Because when you think about most models of economic growth, they actually involve a lot of destruction. That's why we have so much environmental degradation. It's why we have so much burnout and unhappiness at work. It's because it's based around a model of economic growth that does not nourish the planet one woman-owned business at a time. That's our vision. If 1 million people did our work, we know we would fundamentally change and shift what economic growth looks like. And economic growth would be a force for rejuvenation, renewal, and abundance, not just financial abundance, right? So that's our vision, to advance a model of economic growth that nourishes the planet one woman-owned business at a time. Let's talk about Apple's vision, which is to make the best products on earth and leave the world a better place. Powerful vision right there. They're really setting a high standard, which is they are saying we are going to make the best products on earth. So this is where, as a woman founder, you need to suspend disbelief. You need to stop asking yourself, how could I prove it? How could I prove that my products are the best on earth? And this is what sometimes causes us to be small in how we state our vision. And I do think it's really powerful for us to allow ourselves to claim the bigness and the boldness of the vision that we have for our business, because there's so much good that can come out of it. And when we don't do that, we are in fact playing small, but we're telling ourselves that we're being reasonable. Now, I just want to share how this starts to come together with other communication pieces. So if your vision is like, if 1 million people did your work, what would the impact be? It's a directional statement, right? It paints the picture of a future destination that you may never reach. And that's not the important part of the vision. The vision is the North Star. It's the compass point. It provides direction and guidance. What is your company mission? Very clearly, your company mission is the proof point. It is coalescing and centralizing a specific goal around that proof point. For example, when Microsoft came out, their mission was to have a personal computer in every home in the United States. Something along those lines, right? That became a proof point, right? It's something that they could point to and say, that's what we're working toward. For Safi Media, again, our vision is to advance a model of economic growth that nourishes the planet one woman-owned business at a time. What's the proof point? Well, for us, you already heard it off the top of this video. It's to double the number of women entrepreneurs who sustainably scale to 1 million by 2030. So that's the proof point. So we know that in order to do that, we are on a mission to impact. And by our numbers, we're going to need to teach, support, shape, encourage an additional 200,000 women to sail past the $1 million mark in order to accomplish our mission rather. So your mission is always your proof point. And then from there, as you start to look at how every product or every offering that you release through your company, it should have a clear line from your vision down to your mission. So the big change you want to represent, your North Star, down to the mission. So much more specific goal of what you're working toward, and then down to the level of your product or offering where there's a golden thread of connection between all of those things. And that's how you start to build a very stable, powerful brand in the marketplace. And as a leader, you are able to communicate and stand in a place of integrity. I hope this video was useful for you. Please let me know in the comments, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but most importantly, let me know why. Again, if you appreciate this video, make sure that you subscribe, that you hit the alarm bell. And if you are a woman entrepreneur scaling from 200K to 2 million plus, $1 million leader needs $1 million messaging. You will see in the description to this video a place where you can apply to have a quick 15-minute call with our team. We'll really sort of audit the current messaging that you have, really kind of work with you to identify, is this built for where you need to go, and then support you with resources to take you the rest of the way. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you in the next video.